I love what our one of our early patrons, Bear Grylls, says about us. One of the best charities to encourage young people to get out there, grab life, and live boldly. And I think that's probably sums us up.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
Really looking forward to my next conversation with you. Joined by Jon Cox, the founder and director of Adventure Plus, a charity aiming to dig a new lake, which is a wonderful way to intro. Jon, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rick. Great to chat.
Yeah, lovely to have you on the show. Well, let's take us back first and foremost. Tell us a little bit about Adventure Plus.
Yeah, sure. So I describe us as an adventure youth work charity. So we're working with young people from all kinds of different backgrounds. So we do placements for young people not excelling in mainstream education right throughout the term time. We do really fun summer camps. We do an instructor training and discipleship gap year. So that brings me to another theme. There's a Christian ethos behind what Adventure Plus does, or throughout what we do. We do D.O.V. expeditions, either for schools or open D.O.V. expeds across Scotland by canoe, or walking and canoeing across the Lake District. All kinds of different adventures just to get alongside young people, get them active. I love what our one of our early patrons, Bear Grylls, says about us. One of the best charities to encourage young people to get out there, grab life, and live boldly. And I think that's probably sums us up.
It's very easy in this day and age of computers, tablets, and kind of being indoors. I mean, for various different reasons, in my youth, I was always outdoors. Sport was my thing, and I played everything outdoors. I was always in the garden, playing football and trying, going out and doing various different things. For me, that was very, very important. And I guess that's been curtailed in recent years, and getting kids out there and experiencing the great outdoors is vitally important.
Yeah, it is. It's proven to be so important for good physical health, but also self-confidence, awareness, self-esteem, and also you tend to be doing that with mates as well, so it builds good friendship, and that's good socializing, and it's well documented, isn't it, that all that you've just talked about really took a hit through COVID, and still we're seeing young people who were sort of interned at home and not able to get to school during those times still coming out of the sort of shadow of that, and we're seeing young people who might be really unsure, timid, even some of them, even if they've got a bit of attitude in the playground, coming to do what we're inviting them to do can seem, intimidating. But within a week or two of coming on, say, a weekly referral on a Wednesday of school term or whatever, just walking taller, just showing more enthusiasm, a bit more of a glint in the eye. Yeah, it's good for us to be out in the beauty of this wonderful world God's given us to enjoy. Let's get out there and enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely, and it leads us on to the next thing, which was fascinating. What I love is we get lots of emails and what have you here at Get Radio, and you kind of go through them, read them, and things just jump out at you and kind of stay in your memory and kind of go, wow. And that's exactly what happened with the email that we got from you, which was that you are now, I've got this right, digging, not building, as I mentioned to you just before we came on air, digging a lake just in the Clanfield area. Just explain all what is going on with this.
Yeah. So it's not just me. It's quite a big job. It's going to be a 4-acre lake. It will be 12 feet deep because the water table in our area fluctuates by about a metre. So in the winter, the water level is almost at ground level, but in the summer it drops by a metre. So if we want 8 feet deep of water in the summer, we need to dig a 12-foot hole. By 4 acres, that is about 100,000 tons of spoil that we're going to pull out. Now, we're on a very flat site, Rick. We're right in the Thames Valley. So it's quite a boring site in some ways. So rather than truck 100,000 tons of spoil to landfill somewhere, that's going to become the hill on the next field as well. But even before it becomes the hill, we're going to cunningly perhaps put a caving trail on the ground, because that's much easier than digging a caving trail. And then we'll cover it with about 20,000 tons of that 100,000 tons of spoil. So we're calling it Adventure Lake because it's going to be perfect for unpowered water sports, canoeing, stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking, open water swimming's really popular these days.
Yeah.
But we'll also end up with a hill with appropriate sort of gradient for mountain boarding, not a particular popular sport in Oxfordshire for obvious reasons. And we'll have a tunnelling or a caving trail as well. So it's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
It sounds absolutely brilliant and a massive project to undertake. I'm glad you're not digging the lake by yourself, John, because that would take a fair old while. But just having this opportunity and having this dedicated space for young people to try in the safety, in the kind of measured surroundings of something that you've purpose built and kind of looking after, that's going to be a real buzz for the community.
Well, it should be, and we love it when youth groups can hire the facility for weekends or during the holidays. So we've phase one is already built of the adventure base that we called affordable, accessible accommodation. So we built a timber yurt village because it's all the benefits of camping, but none of the disadvantages of they didn't do the zip up and my sleeping bag's wet and I'm grumpy because I didn't sleep and all that. So they're lovely timber cabins to stay in, but just with bunk beds inside. So it really is indoor camping. And we've got accommodation for 48, so 6 yurts with 4 bunks in each, and then similarly 6 cabins. So that's 2 different groups of 48 can stay. One youth group came to stay recently, and they just said the weekend was just the best. This is a quote from a youth group. You guys have nailed it. The young people loved it, and they wanted to come back next weekend. Well, the youth leaders were a bit taken aback by that. They needed a rest, but they're coming back next year, and that's going to be great.
It sounds amazing. So where are we on this journey at the moment? Because with the charity sort of looking for donations, about the sort of completing and getting into it, just explain the sort of timeline for people listening this morning.
Oh, thanks for that, Rich, because we've got this amazing sort of coming together of 3 different things. The quote for doing it initially, an estimate was £1 million just for digging the lake and making the hill. And we thought, oh, hell, that's not going to happen. We're only a small charity. And then we had a couple of estimates again for 500. That's only half as bad, 500,000. But more recently, we've had a guy who's done a lot of lakes for a number of different adventure centres, and he just loves doing it, but he's quite a serious business as well, who really wants to help us. So he's offered to dig it for us for actually a quarter of that. So £240,000. Well, it's still a heck of a lot of money. Yeah. But then a sponsor who has helped us with the adventure-based accommodation as well has said he really wants to help us make this happen, including the caving trail. So he's going to match any gifts that come to us up to 160,000. Can you believe that? I couldn't believe that when I put the phone down on that phone conversation. So any gifts that come in, if for £100 is worth 200 plus gift aid, nearly 250. If 500 donation comes in, that's worth 1,000. So that is just amazing. There are some grant making trusts we're going to, and then we've got 1 or 2 of our own projects. So in just under a year's time, we'll be canoeing from Whitney to Westminster as a fundraiser. We've done that a few times, and we often get up to 30 people on that. If people want to join us, get in touch. You don't need to be a canoeist. We give you the training you need. 2 weeks ago, we did the Yorkshire 3 Peaks, and nearly 30 people walked that for us. And any donations from that, and it's still not too late to sponsor our volunteer instructors if people wanted to, but any donations from that will be matched as well. So we're well on the way, and the plan is get it dug next summer, because it's got to be dug in the summer. Question for our listeners: what do we call the lake? And I think we should call it Doug. I don't know what you think. It's a good name for a lake, right?
I on the spot, I can't really think of a better name than Doug the Lake. I think that's absolutely amazing. I'm sure people listening will have their own ideas and thoughts coming in on WhatsApp. I'm sure of that. John, it's been really great catching up with you. And if people have sort of been sparked and want to find out a little bit more information about what you do, what's going to be happening, where can people go? What can people do to find out a little bit more information about you?
Yeah, no, great, Rich. Yeah, so we're Adventure Plus. Website's very easy, adventureplus.org.uk. If they want to write to me, I'm just Jon, Jon, at adventureplus.org.uk.
Brilliant stuff. I wish you the best of luck with that. It sounds absolutely phenomenal, and having something like that coming to the county is it's only a great and a wonderful thing. So I wish you the best of luck with all the donations that come in.
Thank you so much. If you've got time to come and visit, bring a microphone. I promise not to throw you in.
now I'm scared. Now I'm scared. Jon, thanks for joining us this morning. Cheers.
Thank you. Have a great day.
It's brilliant stuff. Jon Cox there, founder and director of Adventure Plus. It'd be amazing to come to Clanfield, wouldn't it? Absolutely awesome.